Hey folks, good morning. We're out here at the wood pile and we're going to talk about the things that you want to do to prepare your home for your return from heart surgery. Now remember, most of us, if not all of us, are going to be on some kind of weight restriction. I've heard 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. It all depends on your physician, and I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a physician. Follow your doctor's orders, all right? Which can get into some pretty funny conversations. My snow shovel isn't 5 pounds, but the snow on it is, and pushing that much weight is still breaking the rules. So remember that when you get back. If you're in a community that requires you to have your sidewalk clean and that kind of stuff, then you may want to be sure to contract with a service during that time for them to clean your sidewalks and things like that. The FedEx, UPS, even the US Postal Service does not have to risk their lives to bring you your packages onto your porch. You know, this is a 50-pound bag of salt. Now, I can cut that open and use a scoop, and then I'm not carrying more than my 5 pounds to try to salt my sidewalk. So that's an option, but remember, you're not picking up a 50-pound bag of salt. You're not picking up a 35-pound bag of dog food. So you need to think through some of those things that are part of daily living that may need to be addressed in the first month or so while you recover. I have a side-by-side with a plow, and once the driving restriction is lifted, I could drive it. But if there's a weight restriction lifted, I still have to pull a pin and spin that plow left and right. So I may not be able to use that side-by-side and plow to plow our driveway as early as I would like to in my recovery. So those are things to think about. Also, we took the time to weigh one of these average blocks of wood here, and you know, the average size piece of wood in our wood pile is about 7 pounds, which immediately puts them out of the limit for me to be able to, in the first few weeks at least, be able to pick one up and just add one to the fire, let alone bring in an armload and set it by the fireplace in order to burn it for the day. So some things to think about, and maybe that's a little bit more rural than what you're used to, so we'll go on with the list of things that folks have identified as being important. Oh, and I want to say this because in an earlier video I missed it. When you are preparing for surgery, get all your elective dental work done prior to, because there'll usually be about a 6-month, no non-emergency dental work window right after surgery. So get your cleanings done, any fillings you need done, all of that, get that done prior to surgery if you have the time and can get into the dentist. Okay, so some things to have around the house for recovery. This is one thing that I let my pride get in the way, and my wife was really right about this, and so we've gone ahead and done it. But get an electric recliner that has the rise from seating thing, okay, to help you get up out of the chair. Again, walking is vitally important to your recovery. Walk, 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 walk to do anything that you need to do. But if getting up out of the recliner is difficult for you, using one of those electric recliners to help push you up and get you to a point where you can stand up and then start walking is really important. So take the time, look at it. I think Home Depot is having a sale right now, so check those things out. Have warm blankets handy. Your body is trying to heal itself. It's going to put a lot of energy into healing, and therefore it won't have a lot of energy into heating. So keep warm blankets around, an electric blanket, something like that. A shower chair. One person spoke about how their husband took a shower and nearly fainted. They didn't have a shower chair. They didn't have grab bars in their shower. or anything like that. And he basically made it onto the bathroom floor, but when he fell, he, you know, busted up his nose a little bit. So get a shower chair just to help you sit and enjoy the shower and not be physically taxed while you're doing it. Have plenty of pillows. When you transition, a lot of people will come home and, you know, sleep in the easy chair for the first week or two and then try to move to the bed. But, you know, folks want to prop themselves up. So have plenty of pillows around, pillows to hug when you cough, pillows to hold on to when you try to get up out of chairs and things like that, so you're not trying to use your hands, those kinds of things. A heating pad, again, to put like your back. If you have a sternotomy, your back is going to get really sore after the first week or so. So a heating pad is a really nice thing to have. TV tray or TV table. You may be taking a lot of your meals with a recliner, so that would be something that's important. An extra set of eyes to go over your post-operative directives, okay? And this is where, you know, my wife has to deal with me, a former paratrooper. I'm always going to push the limits. I'm always going to look at things as like guidelines rather than orders. So it takes the two of us to go through those things and agree upon what they mean. And so get an extra set of eyes to go over those post-operative directives, an extra set of eyes to go over your post-op meds, to make sure you're not missing anything, because you are still not going to be totally in it. You're still going to be a little bit out of it. Your focus, again, your body's focus is going to be on healing, so you're not going to take in a lot of extraneous data and information. Encouragement. I mean, I keep putting this link in there, but it's the Facebook group for the heart valve surgery. I really encourage you to join that group, put your struggles in there, celebrate people's successes. It's really a good group. There's a lot of good information, a lot of encouragement. And remember, when you first get home, you know, a 200-foot walk is a mile, all right? It's like walking a mile. And just work at, you know, set small achievable goals and knock them out, and you'll be surprised at how you progress, and you get a lot of encouragement out of that. Encourage yourself to do things for yourself, okay? The more you can do for yourself, the quicker your turnaround will be. It'll hurt, and, you know, some of that pain isn't really destructive, okay? Some of that pain is just the pain of tissues, you know, healing. Pain is a warning sign, yes, but it doesn't necessarily need to be considered destructive. So if you can push through a little bit to do more every day, that's a good thing. Again, striving to return to normal, you'll return to normal faster, okay? Be sure you have clothes that are easy to take on and put off, okay? Take on and take off. You know, loose fitting, you know, button front shirts, Hawaiian shirts, fishing shirts. I have a bunch of those. And so big, you know, big sleeves, loose fitting, short sleeves, those kinds of things. That's another thing about the heating pad and the blankets. It's a whole lot easier to get in and out of short sleeves, but they're not very warm. So just think about that. A wedge pillow. Now, a big wedge pillow, and they have some of those on Amazon. They're like bed size to help lift you up in the bed when you're sleeping, to help sit you up in the bed. Also, being at that angle in the bed, because the beds happen to sink down a little bit, being at that angle makes it easier for you to swing your feet over the side of the bed and not use your hands to pick yourself up. So a wedge pillow. A pillow to hold when you're coughing, all right? And we've talked about that in previous videos. Put all the important items, snacks, medication, those kinds of things, put all of those things within easy reach, all right? Now don't put them so easy that you don't ever have to get out of your chair, right? But put them, you know, go into the kitchen, bring them down off the shelves, put them where you can get at them on the counter. It's only a period of time. The counter can be a mess for a while, and you know, you'll get on the other side of this very quickly. Okay, get to cardiac rehab as soon as possible. Cardiac rehab is going to start you on the path to full recovery. It's going to help you build your muscle back, get your muscle tone back, and help you get used to your new heart. Miralax. So a lot of the opiates also cause constipation. So have some sort of laxative handy. Get that purchased and in the house before you have problems. Bendy straws. Okay. So you don't have to take a glass and try to pick it up like this when you have a sternotomy, right? Get those bendy straws and stick those in your glass so you don't have to bend around to get a drink. The remote. Make sure somebody has the remote within reach of you in your chair. A jigsaw puzzle is not a bad thing to force you to get up out of your chair and go sit down in a different chair and to work on something. Just give your mind something else to do while you're recovering. Jigsaw puzzles are a good idea. A seatbelt pad. Oh my goodness. So Amazon has these seatbelt pads you can buy. You can just, you know, Velcro them around the seatbelt, put it across your chest, and just take the pressure off your chest and spread it out a little bit, so that, you know, the pressure on that sternotomy isn't so bad. The pressure on your stitches isn't so bad. Here's one that I've never thought of, and honestly I've never used, but a bidet. And they make a bidet add-ons to a regular commode. And I mean, I can see perfectly the rationale behind this, because reaching around behind and doing the whole body twist might just be a problem, but a bidet can help with cleaning that stuff up, right? You know, have people keep around and encourage you to keep moving. I mean, moving is going to be the key to your recovery, and the more you move, the better off you're going to be. The better your breathing is, the more you're going to move that excess water weight around and get that out of the way. So just keep moving. Think about Dory. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. Just keep walking, walking, walking. Just keep walking, walking, walking. Okay, that's the best Dory imitation I can have, so have at it. All right. Sleep meds if you need them. You're going to be uncomfortable, so sleep meds may help. So have those around if possible. And as we mentioned at the with what you need in a recovery room, also at home, have your charging cables within reach, so you can keep up your phone, your watch, your iPad, those kinds of things, so you can keep those charged up. So that's it. Those are just some of the recommendations for the trip home. You may want to look at how you're going to get out of the car and get into the house. That may be a concern. So check that out and mentally walk through that to be sure that you're going to be able to do that. For us, we have two boxers. Both of them love to be on our laps. Both of them are very athletic, and they may pose a problem. So our puppy is going to go stay with our one son and daughter-in-law until I'm at a point where I can take her jumping up onto my lap, and our 75-pound full adult boxer is going to stay with our other son. She doesn't jump up on laps, but she does climb up onto the recliner and lay down in between your legs. So until we're ready for her to join the crowd, she's going to stay with our other son. So something to think about. Just process these things to try to make your recovery smooth and full and swift. All right. Thank you very much, and God bless.